As a proud partner of Printing United Alliance, Domtar is pleased to collaborate with a couple of our small forest landowners to plant trees on their timberland tracts in 2024. 2 trees will be planted in honor of every registrant of Printing United Alliance Expo being held this month in Atlanta. Take a moment to hear from our small landowners to better understand about responsible forestry.
Well, this is I like to call my office. This is on our Jack Mountain. It's actually a WMA, so it's leased to the Game and Fish Commission. It's open to the public for hunting and other recreational uses. This is a 2-year-old plantation that has been planted back. It was grown to about 40 years old and then final harvested and planted back, and these are the trees for the next generation.
One thing people don't understand about forestry is the many products that are created from it, but also the environmental implications. Anything from diapers to your Amazon boxes to a LCD screen on your TV at home or your computer screen. So everything goes into that you end up with this product. And so if we're not doing that in a responsible way, we won't have a job in the future, but your kids won't have diapers, and so there's a whole lot going on there that some people really overlook.
Just like to say that really a healthy forest is dependent on healthy markets, and I know there's a lot of talk about save paper and save a tree, and really I believe that nothing could be further from the truth, because without a healthy market and without products that we can sell, it starts becoming a question to us and other landowners. Do we need to plant trees back? Or do we need to do something else with this property? Does it need to be developed because we no longer have a revenue stream from growing timber? And so, I say hit the print button with pride, knowing that you're potentially, in this situation, you are planting a forest back with the trees that we are receiving, but you're also maybe helping somebody make a decision. Say this is what we need our property to do. It needs to be in trees. It needs to be in forest. We've gone through already a couple of rotations by most industrial standards just in the life of the foundation. And we're dealing with a land base that's a fixed land base. We have to return to the same property again and again. And so if we're not being responsible in our management, we're just hurting ourselves. It doesn't help anybody.
From my perspective and my background in the investment side of timberland and ag, it is always best to diversify who you do business with in any regard, whether it be a banker, whether it be a fertilizer supplier. In our case, we're supplying roundwood to the mill. Any person that you can call on that is reliable, that helps, with your operation and helps, hopefully your end goal of efficiency, profitability, etc.
Well, I really feel like it's a relationship that benefits both parties. So the foundation manages a block of timber that we have to return to on regular basis, so we have to be responsible for it to expect it to produce in the future. And I feel like Domtar and other large companies, you just can't pick up and move a paper mill to a better location, so they're also returning to the same property. So it just makes sense to be sustainable and to be responsible with the management and help landowners do a better job at producing the resource.
I think, the only thing I could really drive home is that how important it is that people are aware of what we're doing, that, clean water, clean air, and that we're a positive actor. There aren't a bunch of chemicals out here. If we do not effectively steward the resources to the utmost of our ability and the industry as a whole's ability in terms of, the research we do, the people that we reach out to in different areas and try to collaborate and improve the overall landscape and the market, that we're out of a job and the resource hasn't been maintained. And so that's also how we drive long-term value. We're not the bad guy, and that this is what we love to do. This it's a very nebulous thing to come out here and plant a seedling and say in 25 years this needs to have a 14-inch bottom and a 6-inch top, and it's a labor of love for all of us. The potential of planting thousands of trees as far as our land base, especially, so what is it, 2 trees for every person that goes to this expo. I guess especially when you track the chain of custody element of that, I think for those people that might not quite understand what it takes to farm trees like we're doing, it's just the increased awareness of, you know, something actually happened from, you know, what is to them just going to a conference theoretically.
Forest reforestation is a big expense in our budget every year. So anytime that we can reduce that budget, that's potentially more grant money that we can put back into the community. So the returns could be, for this could be instant, and it's also long-term benefits for the community. As we mentioned before, this is a wildlife management area. It's enjoyed by the public. It's used for recreation, hunting purposes. It's habitat for wildlife. So the benefits to this are short-term and long-term.
We're at the forefront of making sure that people have what they need in their day-to-day lives, and, you know, from an agriculture perspective, that's what we're here to do.